Hello, my name's Jane. I'm fundraising for the hospice this December. I'm fundraising in memory of two people really. Firstly, my partner, my lover and my soulmate, my husband who died, it will be 5 years in January. But also his mum died shortly after him. Ooh, everything made him special. His smile, his eyes. He found a tiny lump in his groin, well, a pea-sized lump. The first meeting with the consultant, he introduced himself and his first words to Nigel was, "This cancer is going to kill you." And I saw his face and I heard my daughter and I felt the room and everything slow down and time stop and my heart stop. Wow. It was devastating. We were put in touch with St Barnabas. He actually went to the day centre and had some wonderful Reiki there, which he thoroughly enjoyed, and it really relaxed him and it did help him. He also went for some art therapy there in the day centre, and it was just such a lovely place to go. The day centre's amazing. The tumours in his brain were growing and that's what was happening. So I phoned the Lincoln Hospital in the Waddington ward, so he was then admitted to Waddington ward. As he was in the Waddington ward and I knew he was getting close to death, I absolutely begged the hospital staff. I just needed to get him to the hospice. I knew in my heart that that's where he needed to be. That's where he would get the care. One of the consultants came and said, "We're moving Nigel today to the hospice." And it was like I'd won the lottery. That's how I felt, that I had won the lottery, just getting him out of that hospital, and knew that I could get him in the hospice. And as we went in, one of the nurses took me and said, "Come and sit down, I'll make you a cup of tea." Well, we sought Nigel out and she sat with me and she sat with me. Not just him, they were caring for me. And I remember the first time I walked in and saw him in, looking so comfortable and clean and calm in the hospice bed, and it was just, I thought, my God, I've done my job. I've done my job. The nurses obviously knew in their experience of working constantly with people dying, knew that he was coming, that the end was really, really near. And there's no panic around this. The only thing that they do ensure is that Nigel was as pain-free as possible and as comfortable as possible for his transition. And I just started to sing to him as he was dying. I held his hand and he was, the breaths then start to get a little bit further and further apart, and then he just stopped breathing and he just left. And I remember dropping to my knees at that point. I just dropped to my knees and sobbed. The support in the room from the staff was incredible. I was held, physically held and rocked, physically held and physically rocked. And it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. They ensured that Nigel had a beautiful death and that I was able to be with him and that I was able to witness his transition, and that he got the death that he deserved. And that's what St Barnabas Hospice and all the staff and everything that they do gave to me and my family.